Hey everybody, Bug Eater back with another video. So this week I'm taking you along on a hunt around at Omaha Park, and there was a lot of cool stuff to be found, including silver and gold. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So I just pulled up my first interesting target. This appears to be a pretty old looking lipstick tube. Has a 1930s to 40s era look to it. And let's see if we have a logo on the bottom. Nothing that I can see, no fancy it appears, but if I find anything, I'll loop you back in. Well, this was a 92, it was way down deep. However, that is a wheat penny. Yeah, definitely a wheat penny. Let's see what we have for a date on it. Probably not a super old one. 1945, still a cool find. Let's see if we get something else. Well, this one hit like an Indian head penny. That is not a penny, however, that is green brass and extremely fancy. Very shiny, like it was silver plated on this side. This is gonna need some further cleaning, but that looks like it had a stone in it at some point, so I might have to sift around this hole a little bit and loop you back in. Well, there was no stone to be found, but this is extremely fancy. It's got a late 1800s look to it, but not 100% sure on the exact age, but it's a pretty cool pendant. Let's see if we get something else. Well, it looks like we've got us another wheat penny. This one might have an older look to it. It hit just a little bit lower. Not quite Indian numbers, but still pretty low. Let's see what we have for a date on this one. 1944, I believe. Still a cool find though. Let's see if we get something else. Well, here's another deep penny. Looks pretty green, so I'm thinking probably a wheat. 1954, so yeah, another wheat penny. Nothing super old yet. That's still a pretty cool find. I'll take it. Let's see if we get something else. Well, that sure hit nice. That is bent up harmonica reed, and that's a pretty early piece there, probably like turn of the century or so. That's a pretty cool find. And it is complete. You do not find these complete very often at all, but I'll certainly take it. Let's see if we get something else. Well, here's another green penny. This one hit 90, so I'm thinking a wheat most likely. And, oof, that's crusty, but I do see 1 cent. Maybe this one will have an older date on it. Looks like a 1939, still a little bit older there. I'll still take it. Let's see if we get something else. Well, that is quite the impression. Got to be a penny. Some sort. It's pretty green. I see Lincoln on it and a date of 1940 something. 1946 with an S mint mark, so another wheat penny. Still a cool find though. Let's see if we get something else. Well, I've moved back to a scraped section of a public park, and that hit low. That's a penny, and that is extremely green. This has been here a very long time, and I honestly can't tell exactly what it is. It's got the right color and had the right numbers for an Indian head penny, but I'm gonna need to clean this one off camera and I'll loop you back in. So on closer inspection, it is not the Indian head penny I was hoping for, just a wheat penny. However, you can barely see it. It's got an older date of 1916, so over 100 years old, so I'll certainly take it. Let's see if we get something else. Well, this hit like a zinc penny. It was right on top of the ground. However, the ground does get mixed around a lot. That is slightly heavy, and that is extremely shiny and covered in gemstones. I think those are amethysts, and it's a little bit bent out of shape, but I am pretty confident this is going to be sterling silver, just a piece of old jewelry of some kind. But I'm going to clean this up off camera and I will loop you back in. Well, here's that bit all cleaned up. That is a gorgeous piece of jewelry, probably a brooch or something like that, maybe a hair barrette. On the back it is marked 925 for sterling silver, but the 925 back mark says it is most likely a little bit more on the modern side, but still a very cool find. It's not every day you see a fancy piece of jewelry like this come up, so I'll certainly take it. Let's see if we get something else. Well, that is shiny. That looks like a silver dime to me, and I can just tell from the design, that's a Rosie. It's got a Denver mint mark on the back. See what we have for a year. 1946, so a first year Roosevelt dime, 90% silver on that one, Denver mint mark again. A little bit worn out, but I'll still take it. Let's see if we get something else. How this one was missed just baffles me. It was an inch deep, and that is just a wheat penny, but still an older coin. Let's see if we can get a date off of this. It's pretty crusty. And I just cannot see a thing on it. It does have a green look, so it could be a little bit older. Yeah, I'm not seeing much. If it is an older date, I'll loop you back in. If not, let's see if we get something else. So this looks interesting. I busted it in half with my shovel, but it says something at the top that I can't read that says vendor with a barrel of money. Not exactly sure what it is, but it's got a patent date down there. I can barely read it as 1920 something, but it's a pretty cool find. Let's see if we get something else. Well, that is not what I was expecting to see. That looks like a big bezel to what might be a pocket watch. And yep, that is exactly what that is. Well, used to be a pocket watch. This is missing the back piece, it appears. Yeah, the back piece is missing and all the guts are rotted away. But that is at least what used to be a pocket watch, but that's a super cool find. Let's see if we get something else. So I kicked away some dirt, and this was in an eroded section. That feels very heavy. It hit very poor on the detector, and that's extremely shiny. It has a very old look to it. Could this actually, there's no way. There's no way this is legit. What is that? Oh my goodness, there's a marker inside. I gotta get this thing focused. I can't read whatever that says. It's worn away. I'm just gonna call it, this could very well be a gold ring. I'm gonna clean this up. If it is a gold ring, it's a very early one and probably was not lost anytime recently, but I'm gonna clean this up and I'll loop you back in. Oh, this is it all cleaned up. That shines beautifully. Based on the dull color, I'm gonna have to guess 10 carats. The reason I don't know, well, that's not marked. The only stamp inside is that, which could be a scratch. Based on the style being Victorian to Art Nouveau, this is not just any gold ring, this is an antique gold ring, probably well over 100 years old. I am absolutely shocked with this. I do not know what to say, but I will certainly take it. So in the pouch that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. Okay, this is absolute insanity. This was an inch deep, literally an inch deep, not even. That's a mercury dime. The date on that is 1926. That is silver number 3 for the day. I don't think I see a mint mark. I am not going to rub this one. I'll clean it up off camera and I'll loop you back in. Well, there we have it, all cleaned up. 1926 mercury dime, a little bit worn, but still a really cool coin, almost 100 years old. And there is no mint mark on the back that I can see, but I'll certainly take it. So in the pouch that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. Hey everybody, Bug Eater back with another wrap up from a hunt around a yard as well as a park. So we'll start off with the relics. I got on this top to a piggy bank that says start with a coin and end with a barrel of money. The patent date on that one is 1923. I also got onto an older style lipstick tube as well as this pendant here with a super fancy pattern to it. Would have had a stone in it at one point. Onto the coins, for wee pennies, I got a 1954, a 1952, a 46, a 45, a 44. The older ones are a 1939 and a 1916. Onto the silver coins, I got a 1946 Rosie, and here's the back of this one with a Denver mint mark on it. A 1926 Merc as well. This one was super shallow. No mint mark on this one. I also got onto the sterling silver brooch. It had 3 amethysts at one point, however, one of them went missing in cleaning. And then here's the back of it, marked 925. And then 1 gold ring to send me home. It is marked 10 carat inside, if I can get that to focus. It's a little bit worn away. But it's got a Victorian to Art Nouveau style, so probably like World War I era, maybe a little bit older. But that was my hunt, guys. Thanks again for coming along. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe. And this is Bug Eater, signing out.